Hi, and welcome. It is the John Morris Show presented by Rogue Media Network. And glad to be with you wherever you're watching, wherever you're listening. Great to be back with you. We will be live weekdays, 9 to 10 a.m. Central Time. I say Central Time because guys like David Chandler up in the Mountain Time Zone. Dave is in a different time zone, but you can watch live or you can always watch it archived on YouTube as well. So very nice to be back with you. Let me sort of set the stage, I guess is the best way to put it. My day job is the voice of the Baylor Bears, and I work for Baylor University, Baylor Athletics, do play-by-play there, 31st year full-time, doing play-by-play for Baylor. 39th, we just finished doing football. But this is a great way to help spread the word, to, as we say in that good old Baylor line, to fling the green and gold afar. So this will be Baylor heavy, Big 12 conference heavy, and college athletics heavy in this hour. Hope you understand that. But I love my job. I love what I do, and I love talking Baylor athletics, and this will be a great outlet to do that. So thanks to Corey Dickman and Mike Hamilton and all the great Stephanie Beatty, all the great folks at Rogue Media Network for the invitation to do this show every day. And if you're watching, if you see the set behind me, they have done a fabulous job, an unbelievable job putting this together. I was here, so this is Monday morning. I was here Thursday or Friday, I can't remember, and this was a blank slate, and look what it looks like now. So thanks to everyone behind the scenes. Garrett Ross is right over here also. Colin Witt is here working, and a lot of people have worked really hard, I think, through the entire weekend to put everything together. So thanks to them for that, certainly to make it look as good and as polished and as professional as it can be. I'm a little intimidated because this looks so good. Now I've got to do my part, and I hope I can live up to the good work that they have already done here at Rogue Media. So looking forward to it. And again, mostly Baylor conversation in this hour every day. And watch live, listen live if you can, if not archived on YouTube, and you can go back and watch or listen at your convenience. Want to say thanks also to a great list of partners and sponsors for this show. Our presenting sponsors are the Brazos Landing. That would be Claude and Becky Lindsay. Love the Brazos Landing. You know where it is, right on the river, right across the river from Foster Pavilion, right across the interstate from McLean Stadium. Great location there, great menu, and we'll tell you about the offerings that they have over the course of the hour and over the course of the shows. But thanks to the Lindsays, great to partner with them. I love to work with people that I know and love and respect. And the Lindsays are right at the top of the list there. And Corey and Mike are also. So appreciate you guys who are behind the scenes. And thanks also to Alliance Bank, a presenting sponsor. That is Ricky Thompson over there. It's Todd Moore. It's Eric Sharrow. And I'm leaving a lot of people out. But great folks at Alliance Bank. Truly appreciate them as well. Ricky, as you know, former Baylor football letter winner, just retired after 26 years as our sideline analyst on the football broadcast, and there at Alliance Bank. We're going to miss Ricky for sure, but 26 years we worked together, and we've known each other longer than that. 26 years on the football broadcast. So thanks to Alliance Bank Central Texas, your Central Texas business bank. So those are the presenting sponsors. Thanks to them especially. Also thanks to Kish's Automotive, great folks there. Maybe some live shows coming up periodically from Kish. Great folks there. Highly recommend them. Waco Foundation Repair. We'll have a guest from Waco Foundation Repair here with us later this week. Thanks to DeCampley's Restaurant. Not bragging, just saying, lunch today, Terry Morris and I at DeCampley's. So we're looking, sorry, Garrett, come on if you'd like to. But Thanks to DeCampley's for partnering with us, and we'll continue to tell you about their great offerings as well. And then Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat, Ted Teague, and all the great folks at Alan Samuels. I drive a Jeep Grand Cherokee, had the oil changed a couple of weeks ago. No place to go better than, really no other choice than to go to Alan Samuels. So thanks to Ted and everyone at Alan Samuels, Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. So those are the partners in this endeavor beginning today. And I got to tell you, I have been doing broadcasting for a long time now, but I was a little nervous waking up this morning because this is new. This is a different format. Most of what I do is radio broadcasting. Certainly there's some TV games that I do for Baylor, third tier games, and those are fun, but those are all play-by-play events. And through 39 years of doing play-by-play for Baylor, not that I never ever take it for granted, not that I don't have some butterflies, but I've done it a bunch. But this today, and then I did 18 years of a radio show on our flagship station in Waco, and we really appreciate them as the flagship for Baylor Athletics. But this is just different. It's kind of like the first day. Do you remember when you went from, say, junior high to high school? You'd been in school for how long? 7 years or 8 years, but this was just different, going to the ninth grade, going to high school. And that's kind of, I guess, how I feel today, going into this new venture here with the streaming video and audio, and a new place, and again, new partners. So a lot of excitement really going into it. And couldn't thank Rogue Media Network enough for the opportunity. Rogue has so many great shows up and down the lineup. You can follow those on YouTube, on the website, and just great to partner with all those other folks, very talented professionals here at Rogue Media Network. All right, so let's kick things off and run through the weekend just a little bit. We are back from Ames, Iowa. Baylor basketball men played at Iowa State on Saturday. It was a balmy trip to Ames, Iowa. Normally this time of year, there is snow, there is ice, it's treacherous, it's freezing. You wear everything warm weather that you can. But it was, when we landed on Friday afternoon, it was 45 degrees, and folks there walking around in short sleeves. I mean, for them, in 45 in February is really warm. And watching their local news in Ames, you get the Des Moines TV stations, and the weather, folks, and really everybody was just giddy because it was supposed to be 61 today in central Iowa. And they were saying, well, the kids should be out of school. We should all be able to go out and play because it's going to be so warm on Monday. So different part of the country, but that's how they look at 61 degrees as a high today. But it worked out well for us. We were all saying that we can't remember ever going to Ames this time of year for basketball and there not being snow and ice on the ground. The ponds and the lakes that we passed were still frozen. Don't know how thick. Ducks were sitting out there. So it's not far removed from there being ice and freezing temperatures there. I think a couple of weeks ago, it was wind chill of minus 30, they told us. But we got lucky with the weather going to Ames, and game was Saturday afternoon, 1 o'clock, Baylor and Iowa State, ranked number 7 in the nation at the time. Really good at home. They were 20-2, now 21-2. Iowa State won the game over Baylor. 72-69 was the final. But again, Baylor played really well in a tough environment. That Hilton Coliseum is one of the toughest places that we go to, that Baylor goes to in the Big 12 and in the country. Hilton Coliseum, Allen Fieldhouse, Lubbock, United Spirits Arena has become that way. The Marriott Center in Provo, Utah has become that way. The arena in Tucson, because Arizona is so good. It's a big arena, 20,000 plus. But Hilton Coliseum is right there and as loud as any place we go. Very smart, very educated fans. Like, they know when the team needs a lift and they provide it. And so that was the setting. They were 12-0, now 13-0 at home. this year. Iowa State won the game over Baylor 72-69, as I mentioned, and snapped a short 2-game winning streak for Baylor, which had won at West Virginia and at home against Colorado the 2 previous games. And you can just see the improvement in this Baylor team. And it was evident again on Saturday against a really good team, again in a tough environment, but you could see the improvement. Baylor got it to 3 or 4 points in the second half, and Iowa State went on a run, opened it up. Then Baylor closed on an 11-0 run. Bears were down by 14 and closed on an 11-0 run to make the final score 72-69. And you might say, well, the game was in hand for Iowa State, and they were just playing it out. But Baylor was playing to the final whistle, and got it within 3 with 1.2 seconds to go and no time to do any more than that. But really encouraging to see how the Bears play. They are really coming together. A team that was completely new beginning this season and just had some rough spots throughout the early part of the schedule. But it's fun to see them really come together and play that well against a good Iowa State team. 3 Baylor players played 40 minutes each in that game. Cam Carr led the Bears in scoring with 24. He played 40 minutes. Tunde Yesufu, the freshman, he played 40 minutes and had another solid game. And Obi Agbum, who's now had 5 games in a row scoring double figures, he played 40 minutes in the game as well. So Baylor shorthanded, didn't have Dan Skillings for the second consecutive game. Hopeful to have Dan back tomorrow night. Don't know that for sure, but Baylor plays BYU tomorrow night. BYU ranked 16th in the nation. Last week's poll, haven't seen the poll for this week yet, but a really, really good team, BYU, that's coming in and kind of a wounded animal. They have lost 4 straight. Cougars lost to the other Cougars, the Houston Cougars, over the weekend. So they have lost 4 straight games in Big 12 play. So that's the challenge for Baylor coming up tomorrow night. It's a 6 o'clock game at Foster Pavilion, Baylor and BYU. A great opportunity to have them in Foster Pavilion. Coach Drew, in our postgame Saturday, was pushing for a big crowd and a great atmosphere, which certainly helps. Again, that's the atmosphere Baylor plays in against them when we're on the road. We need to have that kind of atmosphere pro Baylor in Foster Pavilion whenever the Bears are at home. So that comes up tomorrow night, Baylor versus BYU, 6 p.m. And I hope you can be there to support Baylor in this game against the BYU Cougars. Then Saturday, it is a rare non-conference game in February. Baylor and Louisville, the Louisville Cardinals, will play at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, 3 p.m. tip-off on Saturday. I think this is the final non-conference game for any Big 12 school. I know it is for Baylor, but I think everybody else finished their non-conference schedule in December, and Baylor has this one sort of outlier. It's a 2-year contract, David Kay says, to play Louisville, neutral site both times. This one at Dickies Arena in Fort Worth, where Baylor played in the NCAA tournament a couple of years ago. And then next year would be Louisville's choice. David was thinking maybe Indianapolis or something like that for a neutral site game against the Louisville Cardinals. Will be fun for me. Paul Rogers, the play-by-play voice for the Cardinals, is outstanding. It has been there for a long time, and I was born in Louisville, grew up in Kentucky, so it's fun that we'll get to cross paths on Saturday. Baylor and Louisville on Saturday. But before that is BYU on Tuesday evening here at home, and all focus on the BYU Cougars coming in on Tuesday night. All right, that's Baylor basketball from the weekend. Travel log of our trip to Ames, Iowa over the weekend. Oh, great to see Nick Jose up there. Nick was with us for 14 years in Baylor athletics, now back at his alma mater and doing very well. Senior Associate AD for External Communications. And Nick just seems right at home there, because he is. He's from Des Moines, and that's his alma mater at Iowa State. And Pat and I really had a great time visiting with Nick before the game and again after. So great to see Nick Jose on our trip to Ames. Coming up, let's look back at the rest of the weekend in Baylor athletics. That includes Baylor women maintaining a share of first place in the Big 12 Conference with a win over Arizona State. We'll look at that. Softball got in action. A&T began their season. Look at those when we come back. A little bit later, Mitch Thompson will join us, Baylor head baseball coach. We'll have regular weekly visits from the staff for Baylor baseball, beginning with the big man, Mitch Thompson, coming up later today. Baseball season begins this week. Baylor hosting a series against New Mexico State at Baylor Ballpark, at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, beginning this weekend to open the 2026 season. So we'll visit with Mitch Thompson coming up in just a bit. Off and running on this Monday morning, or whatever time of day you might be listening or watching. John Morris Show presented by the Brazos Landing and Alliance Bank. How about the Brazos Landing? Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at the Brazos Landing, located in Waco along the river across from McLean Stadium, close to downtown, open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday, closed on Mondays. Enjoy crab cakes, oysters Rockefeller, seafood gumbo, braised beef short ribs, prime New York steaks, chicken dishes, and more, plus a delicious dessert menu. Outstanding menu at the Brazos Landing. Great hospitality. Check them out at brazoslanding.com. Thanks to our presenting sponsors, the Brazos Landing and Alliance Bank. The John Morris Show on the Rogue Media Network will return right after this. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at Brazos Landing. Located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium and close to downtown Waco. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Enjoy yummy crab cakes, oysters Rockefeller, seafood gumbo, braised beef short rib, prime New York steaks, chicken dishes, and more, plus a delicious dessert menu. Check them out at brazoslanding.com.
At DeCampley's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. I've been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
Is your vehicle in need of service or repairs? Visit Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center and get 10% off with a valid student ID. With ASE certified technicians, you can trust Freddie Kish to provide excellent service. Offering complete car care services, foreign and domestic, from general maintenance to major repairs, Freddie Kish has got you covered. You can rest assured you're in good hands. Awarded the ASE Blue Seal of Excellence, quality is a guarantee. So hurry over to Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center.
Welcome back. John Morris Show presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank. Alliance Bank Central Texas, your Central Texas business bank, voted by Forbes 2025 Best in State Banks. Congratulations on that. Alliance Bank Central Texas values their relationships with their customers and their communities with several locations across Central Texas. AllianceBankTexas.com. So thanks to Ricky Thompson and Eric Sharrow and Todd Moore and all the great folks at Alliance Bank. We welcome you back. Recapping the weekend now in Baylor athletics. The Baylor women continue to roll. A 67-64 win over Arizona State on Saturday evening at Foster Pavilion. It was the Play for K-Day game. That was that explains the pink. You'll see the pink uniforms for the Baylor women, which just look great. Of course, the month of February, a lot of opportunities for breast cancer awareness this month. I know Rudy's, where we do our coaches show, they've got the pink cups that are available there. But the pink uniforms for the Baylor women, a lot of pink on the sidelines and in the stands. And a good win for Nikki Collin and the Baylor women. Now, 21 wins on the year and still in first place, a share of first place in the Big 12 standings. They are tied for first with TCU. And again, the rankings last week, TCU was number 14 in the nation. Baylor was number 15 in the nation. And what's the next game for Nikki Collin and the Baylor women? Against TCU this Thursday night in Foster Pavilion. So a great matchup there. It'll be nationally televised on ESPN. So a big build-up this week for the Baylor women, a first-place showdown with TCU, 7 o'clock Thursday evening in Foster Pavilion. So really looking forward to that. We'll certainly have more on that as the week progresses, headed to that next game. But what a great win on Saturday to maintain a share of first place. And for Nikki Collin, by the way, they've continued that streak of 20 or more wins in a season. That is now 26 years in a row. I think that's right, 26 years in a row. And that would be all 5 that Nikki Collin has been here as the head coach. So tremendous continuity of success for Baylor women's basketball. And again, looking forward to the matchup next coming against TCU on Thursday evening. Acrobatics and tumbling opened their season, the #1 program in the world. They are #1 in the nation in the NCATA poll. They took on number 11 St. Leo in St. Leo, Florida on Friday. And I could give you the score if I had it, but just say they won by a substantial margin over St. Leo. And off and running for Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, the 10-time defending NCATA national champions. Just a great sport under Felicia Mulkey, who is the GOAT. We talk about coaches who might be the GOAT or players or something. You say Felicia Mulkey as the GOAT for acrobatics and tumbling. Nobody disagrees. I mean, she is absolutely the GOAT in the sport. Every national championship that has been awarded in the sport, Felicia Mulkey has been the coach. That was 4 at, I think that's right, 4 at Oregon, and now the last 6 here at Baylor, and going for, no, that's not right, 4 at Oregon, 10 at Baylor, and going for number 11 here in a row at Baylor. The documentary is out there. Check it out on Baylor Plus. Perfect 10 is the name of it. Documents some of the history of Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling, and also last season, which they won their 10th consecutive national championship. Very well done. Very well produced by all our Baylor Vision folks who put that together, and that's available on Baylor Plus. So Baylor Acrobatics and Tumbling has their season underway. Glenn Moore, Baylor softball coach, who will be with us tomorrow here in this time slot, they opened their season this weekend, hosting the Gatterman Classic. Took it on the chin in the opener against, I think, 23rd ranked Mississippi State. Lost that game 10-0, and then bounced back to win their next 4 games over the weekend in the Gatterman Classic. 3 of those, well, the finale against Northwestern State was yesterday. They won that 9-1, and then the other 3 wins were all walk-off wins for Baylor softball. So tremendous that they were able to come from behind or tied going into their final at bat and win it in walk-off fashion. And a 4-1 weekend for Baylor softball to start the year. They'll play again tomorrow. I think it's 5 o'clock at Gatterman Stadium against South Dakota State. So their season continues for Baylor softball, and off to a good start at 4-1 on the year. Let's see what else from the weekend. Women's tennis dropped a match yesterday to Wisconsin. Women? Help me out. Garrett, but they dropped that one 4-0 yesterday. Men's tennis has a big match coming up tonight. The men are hosting Texas A&M this evening, 6 p.m. inside the Hawkins Indoor Facility. So a big one tonight for Michael Woodson and Baylor, Washington, right? Yeah. Oh, that other Big Ten school that I don't think of as a Big Ten school. It was Washington, who knocked off the Baylor women yesterday. But big one tonight for Baylor men's tennis against Texas A&M. It's here in Waco. Great longtime rivals, now non-conference rivals. But then Baylor men's tennis hosting the ITA National Indoors that begin later this week here in Waco, which is just huge to have that here in Central Texas. So a lot of tennis going on, men's and women's, here on the Baylor campus as well. Remember that those ITA Nationals coming up. Michael Woodson will be on the Baylor Coaches Show with us to talk more about that coming up on Thursday. Our Baylor Coaches Show, as always, in the spring, Thursdays, 6 to 7 p.m. live from Rudy's on the Circle in Waco. And also on the show this week will be Mitch Thompson, Baylor's head baseball coach. A new season on the horizon begins on Friday for Baylor baseball. Normally, you can set your watch for the weather by the start of the Baylor baseball season. Normally, whenever they're scheduled to start, we have a dip in the weather, and the temperature really gets cold. This year, it looks like it won't be that cold when baseball starts this Friday, but a chance of rain Friday and Saturday. So we'll certainly watch that and keep an eye on that and play around that best as possible. But exciting to think about the new start, the start of a new season for Baylor baseball. Reminds me of the Waco Chamber first pitch luncheon that was this past week at the Waco Convention Center. Coach Thompson spoke. Coach Glenn Moore spoke there. Also, the MCC softball coach Chris Berry and the MCC baseball coach for the Highlanders, and their seasons. James Leverton is the baseball coach in his first year there. James is in his first year as the head coach back at McLennan. Their season is underway. Softball is underway at McLennan as well. But they did a great job. Everyone did at the Waco Chamber first pitch luncheon, for which Drake McClain was the keynote speaker. And we talked a lot of Astros and his time as the owner of the Astros and what he learned from that time. It was really, really good and a first-class event put on by the Waco Chamber, thanks to Casey Burks and Rebecca Sheehy, who head up their signature events area. So just really, really good and really got the juices flowing for baseball and softball in this area. So let's keep them flowing, take a break, and when we come back, we'll visit with Mitch Thompson. You can see and hear Mitch Thompson coming up on the John Morris Show, presented by the Brazos Landing and Alliance Bank Central Texas. Baylor's head baseball coach when we come back. Stay with us.
If I'm only wearing one suit this summer, it has to be Tuileries Performance Linen. It's wrinkle resistant, machine washable, and built with stretch and breathability that actually moves with you. It'll keep you cool, sharp, and stress-free at your next event.
Some of the best foods that you can eat are very simple foods. So we selected very lean proteins and put them on the best trajectory, the best plane to live a healthy life.
I had a panic moment running my hands through my hair, and that's when I found Keeps. Keeps gave me the results that I was really looking for.
I definitely felt a lot more confident once I saw my hair coming back.
Keeps has given me the control of my hair back.
Get your first month free at Keeps.com.
Introducing Bark in the Belly Premium Dog Food. 100% of profits go to help dogs in need.
Bidets.com, where we sell mini bidets, not mini bidets.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at Brazos Landing. Located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium and close to downtown Waco. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Enjoy yummy crab cakes, oysters Rockefeller, seafood gumbo, braised beef short rib, prime New York steaks, chicken dishes, and more. Plus a delicious dessert menu. Check them out at brazoslanding.com.
Finance is evolving. Automation, data analytics, and AI are reshaping what finance teams do every single day. The best way to predict the future of finance is to be ready for it. If you want a head start, check out 365 Financial Analyst.
Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people, from first accounts to business growth. They actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender. Back with us, John Morris Show, presented by the Brazos Landing and Alliance Bank. Inaugural show on this platform today. Glad you are with us. Thanks to Rogue Media Network. We'll be here weekdays, 9 to 10 a.m. Central Time, and then again archived on YouTube. So if you can't catch it live, you can go back and watch and or listen anytime it's convenient for you. Thanks again to Kish's Complete Car Care Center, family owned and operated. Kish's Complete Car Care in Waco has been serving Waco drivers since 1998. Voted #1 auto shop year after year, located on Franklin Avenue, open Monday through Friday. They're open right now, 7:30 to 5:30. Call now for your next repair, thanks to Kish's Complete Car Care Center. Also, thanks to Waco Foundation Repair, thanks to David Maddox. Locally owned and operated, Waco Foundation Repair believes in one principle: one family helping another. They provide a full range of foundation repairs. They don't just do the job, they do it right. WacoFoundationRepair.com. All right, Baylor baseball, the new season begins this weekend at Baylor Ballpark. Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. Want to make sure we get that correct. We're excited about that, and we are excited to welcome in Baylor head baseball coach Mitch Thompson joins us now. Mitch, first guest on the first show on this platform, so welcome to you.
So blessed, John. So blessed. Thanks a lot. That's going to go down on my bio now.
Yeah,
that's a
me too.
That on my bio.
Terrific. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. Looking forward to the start of the season. I mentioned Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. How great is that to get the partnership with Magnolia?
What an unbelievable deal, right? So excited for Chip and Joanna and their love for Baylor and their love for our program and the plans that we have. It's exciting times. I'm fired up to have Magnolia Field on the ballpark. All day, every day. So it'll be great.
That's really fun. Appreciate them very much. Chip came to Baylor to play baseball, right?
He did.
Back in the day?
He did. My very first year here back in 1995. Chip was a junior college guy trying to make our club. And high energy dude back then too, guys.
Shocking.
It really is. It's been fun watching him build that empire and everything that he and Joanna do over there at Magnolia, and all they mean to Waco. Oh my goodness, what a boost for Waco Chip and Joanna Gaines have been. So we're thankful to have him with us, and yeah, I've known him since he was probably 20 years old. So that's kind of an interesting thing, right?
That's pretty cool. What was the scouting report? What do you remember about the scouting report on young Chip Gaines when he came to Baylor?
He didn't make our club. He wanted to make the club. He tried to make the club. He didn't make the club. And I'll be honest with you. I thought, my gosh, what did we do? He didn't make the team. We cut him back in the day. How did that affect us?
Right.
But high energy guy, showing up, great team guy, I mean, the kind of guy that would give his right arm, to play. And so, you loved him you loved his makeup. And it was there were hard decisions to make back then as we were getting sure. So that was one of them.
Sure. Well, let's fast forward to this year's team. One thing I've heard you talk a lot about is the athleticism and the versatility of a lot of those guys. That's a real plus, isn't it?
Well, it is. It's a plus for us. I mean, we've continued to bring in guys that I think, fit more the mold of what we're trying to do. And there's better team speed. I think we're going to have some guys that are going to be able to hit balls out of the ballpark. I think we're going to be a little bit more of a dynamic offense and having opportunities to not only hit balls out of the ballpark, hopefully, but hit doubles and triples and create opportunities and run and hit and run, bunt for hit, pressure offense. But there's a lot of, as you're going into the season also, there's so many things that we all as coaches, believe that we know exactly after spending this much time with them, but there's a whole lot of guys that'll step up and do things that will surprise us sometimes. And you go, wow, man, this guy is a gamer. And so we'll just have to see how the whole thing evolves, but I'm excited about our athleticism of our club. Yes.
What's the makeup of the team? I think 37 players, 20 are returning players. Does that sound right?
Correct. We've got 20 returners, 17 newcomers. Of our 17 newcomers, 9 are true freshmen. 4 junior college guys and 4 Division I transfer guys. I'd say about our 20 newcomers, though, but in that group of 20 newcomers, there's at least or 20 returners, there's at least 3 guys that were redshirted last year. So, we have 20 new players basically that have never played before for in a Division I game and never played for Baylor before. So, it's there's things that we're going to learn, and there's things that we're going to see from players that maybe we hope to expect to see, and that'll really fire us up. Man, that was even better than what we thought. And then there's going to be some guys that'll surprise us for sure when they get their opportunities. So we're really excited to get this thing started, though.
Nice honor for Travis Sanders from the Big 12 last week.
Yeah, he's an all pick preseason all Big 12 guy, and that's a fun thing for us. I mean, last year Tyreek was the all Big 12 shortstop, and this year our preseason all Big 12 shortstop is our guy as well, and Travis. And Travis had a nice year for us last year. We're expecting even bigger things from him this year. He's continued to develop, continued to improve and mature. He's been a lot of fun to have around at practice, and how he's going about it, his communication, his leadership. There's a whole lot of good things happening there with Travis.
Good. What about your arms? How do you feel about your staff, the depth there, starters and relievers?
Yeah, I think we're deeper on the mound than we've been. The one thing that I really like about our pitching staff is that we have guys who fill up the strike zone with multiple pitches. I mean, they're fastball, curveball, slider, cutter, change, whatever their repertoire is. There's 3 or 4 pitches that they're able to throw for strikes, command the zone, attack. And so I feel like we also have a lot of different variants in our staff. They don't all look the same. They're not all 6'6", right-handed, throwing the same stuff. We've got guys who come over the top. We've got guys who are side armors. We've got left-handers that do this. We've got right-handers that have kind of crazy metrics with their release points and their angle of their pitches. And so there's a lot of different variants there that's going to be it's going to give us opportunities to kind of mix and match and fill it in. And but I'm excited about our arms. I think we're deeper than we've been. And after last year making an improvement of 2 full points in ERA, from a 6.5 to a 4.5, I'm excited to see what this group can do as we get started this year.
What was the streak last year of left-handed starters in a row?
I think 42 or 43. Right
yeah,
now,
crazy.
Which is, I've never, that was a fun thing about last year's group, to be honest with you. I mean, I've been a part of college baseball 35, 36 years. I've never seen anything like that. And so, we'll we'll see. We'll see. But the streak's going to come to an end this opening weekend, so we won't be talking about it anymore. We've got opportunities to have some guys who can do that and who can start for us, but that are left-handed. But we've got some right-handers that are going to get the ball this year.
Gotcha. And some veteran guys coming back there. Do you know yet, or how do you see maybe some of the newcomers fitting into the rotation?
Yeah, no, I think that this opening weekend we're going to go Lucas Davenport on Friday. Lucas, was a high leverage, big time, guy for us. First guy out of the bullpen for us last year. It was valuable for us that way. He's kind of earned the right to do this. So he's going to go on Friday. We're going to go Ethan Calder on Saturday as a start, and then Cade Hansen is transfer from Wisconsin Whitewater will start on Sunday. So those three guys will start for us this weekend, and then we'll just go from there and keep adding on and seeing how the guys all perform and what we think's the best thing for the club.
Mitch Thompson, our guest, Baylor head baseball coach. I said this earlier, you can sometimes set your watch by a cold front coming in at the start of baseball season. That's happened a lot through the years. Maybe not a cold front, but you may be dodging some raindrops this weekend.
Looks like Saturday might be a little tough day for us to figure it out, but we'll get it worked out. And as well as I do, none of us know what it's going to happen around here weather-wise until just before it happens. So, We're excited about the weather we've had. We've had great weather this spring. Other than the 3 or 4 days that we were fighting that ice, other than that, it's been phenomenal and been able to get outside a ton and inter squad a bunch. And so it's been great. And we're looking for good weather this weekend as well.
So that's New Mexico State coming in this weekend. What are some of the other highlights of your schedule this year?
Yeah, we're going to go New Mexico State opening weekend. We always play great midweek opponents, but they're usually from around the state of Texas and here close, and we'll have those guys as well during the midweeks. But opening weekend is New Mexico State. Weekend 2, we're down at Round Rock at the Carbosh Invitational. And we'll be playing Oregon State on Friday night down there. Saturday, Purdue from the Big Ten. And then Sunday will be Southern Miss. So 2 top 25 teams there. The following weekend we go to the Bruce Bolt College Tournament down in Houston at the old the professional ballpark, Dyken Field. Is that it now?
I think that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah. And we'll play down there, and we'll play Ole Miss on Friday, University of Texas Saturday, and then UTSA on Sunday. So follow that up with Air Force before we start conference. So four really good weekends, 2 of them here at home, 2 of them in tournament play against great opponents. So those 4 weekends will flat challenge us. We'll learn a lot about our club. We'll be ready to face whatever we're going to face in the conference, and the Big 12 conference is I think continuing to get better and better and better. I think last year we got 8 bids in our league, and I hope this year we're fighting for even more. So I think our league is a really competitive, good league, and so the schedule's exciting.
Mitch, you mentioned the improvement in your pitching staff from 2 years ago to last year. Unbelievable improvement there. ERA, two runs per game better. But that's Sean Snedeker, your pitching coach. But your entire staff is back. And, man, you've got such a good staff. Baylor guys and a few others, but the continuity there. You've got a great staff around you.
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm incredibly blessed, and I think we're blessed as a Baylor baseball program to have the staff that we have. Helping us with our offense and our position player defense is Zach Dillon and Jim Blair. So you got 2 former Bear, great baseball players here. They work really well together. They basically are in charge of our position players, and they do a great job with those guys. And no one could love this program more and be more bought in than those 2 guys for sure. Then on the pitching side of things, we've got Sean Snedeker, obviously, who you mentioned, who did such a great job. And, you talk about the ERA drop last year, but also, going from 200 and something in the country in walks per 9 innings to 6th. mean, and lo and behold, it translates to a lower ERAs. So, guys are there, but we've got Sean Snedeker and Brian Furlong that together work on the pitching side of things. And Furlong is our director of pitching and player development and our analytics and our video, and those guys work well together. And then to top it off, Darren Thomas, a 30+ year veteran of college baseball and really good friend, and DT's we've had actually the gloves lifted off by the NCAA, where Furlong and DT can actually coach now. The NCAA's granted a waiver for those guys to coach. Before, what they had to do is really coach the coaches so that we could coach our players. And so now they can actually, coach the players as well. So those are good things for us. And between those 5 guys there and Dan Darcy, our strength coach, incredibly blessed. The buy-in, the commitment, the love for these kids, and the love for the program in Baylor is off the chart, and we're thankful for all of them.
That's tremendous. One final thought, and we'll let you go and get back to work. Your guys are getting it done on the field. They're getting it done in the classroom also, aren't they?
Have for a long time, John. Probably 30 years of 3.0 or better GPAs as a team here. And the fun part about seeing that and the value of that is then seeing the guys come back year after year after year that have great paying jobs, that are doing phenomenal out there with their families as they're, turning 40 and 45. And some of them probably almost pushing.
Right.
To see the success that they've been able to have in life has been fun. But yeah, our guys are doing a phenomenal job in the classroom as well. I mean, they're great kids, great group of guys. I mean, we had a team GPA, I think, of 3.48 this fall. 37 guys on a college campus that want to try and go to Omaha, that's their goal and where they're shooting for. To be a 3.48 says a whole lot about their character, about their makeup, about their commitment to excellence. And I think that's the second best overall GPA that Baylor baseball's ever had for a semester. Last year we set the record with a 3.52 in the fall. So these guys are they're preparing. I can tell you they're preparing, and when baseball when it is over for them and they have to hang up the cleats, they'll be prepared to go out and be productive citizens, be able to take care of their families, and I'm proud of their commitment for that.
Yeah, well done. Well, thanks for the visit. We appreciate it. Look forward to you'll be with us on the Coaches Show on Thursday, and then the season opener on Friday. And thanks for being on with us this morning.
John, I appreciate it. All Baylor Nation, can't wait to see you at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. Let's pack that place out. Let's get this thing rolling. Let's have a great spring together. We're really excited, and can't wait to see you there on Friday.
Terrific. Thanks, Mitch.
Bye-bye.
Mitch Thompson, Baylor head baseball coach. New season begins this weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday series at home at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark, hosting New Mexico State. We'll watch the weather and see, but they'll begin on Friday evening at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark. Thanks to Mitch. What a great, you think about his background now. Back at Baylor, was here 18 years as an assistant coach with Steve Smith, and then left and had great success at MCC, including a national championship in 2021, a junior college World Series championship, and then was the right guy at the right time to bring back to Baylor. And I mentioned it with Mitch, but his staff is just so good. Gosh, those guys are good. And Jim Blair and Zach Dillon, nobody more Baylor than those guys. And they all work so well together. And the results, you can see it in the classroom and on the field. And great staff and a great program you can be proud of. Hopeful of really big crowds coming up at Magnolia Field at Baylor Ballpark beginning this weekend. Thanks to Coach Thompson. We appreciate him. Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll wrap things up, look ahead from this first hour, first show, John Morris Show, presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank, Central Texas.
For anyone that's in the car buying mode or looking for a car right now or a truck, I would definitely come by Allen Samuels, get to know the people here like I have, how well I'm taking care of the dealership and how well, service and any kind of warranty issues or those sort of things. Because of the way they take care of me, it's made me a Ram driver. I said I don't think they'd want to go anywhere else if they came here.
Like Allen Samuels always said, Waco has a lot to offer, and so do we at Allen Samuels Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Come by, let's be friends.
It's a great meditation sport. It's just yourself. You get out here, feeling the rhythm, feeling the rhyme. It's a good time.
Gives me the opportunity to hang out with the fellas for about 5 hours, and I get some solitude, relaxation, and a great time. Malban Golf.
As life goes on, it settles into patterns. But it doesn't have to go that way. You just have to do one thing. Get out of the house. Get out of your comfort zone. Leave room for the unexpected.
American Tourister. Is your vehicle in need of service or repairs? Visit Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center and get 10% off with a valid student ID. With ASE certified technicians, you can trust Freddie Kish to provide excellent service. Offering complete car care services, foreign and domestic, from general maintenance to major repairs, Freddie Kish has got you covered. You can rest assured you're in good hands. Awarded the ASE Blue Seal of Excellence, quality is a guarantee. So hurry over to Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center.
For those who want the best, look no further than the Founders Series by Louisiana Grills. If you want the best food, then you need the best grill. Louisiana Grills.
At DeCampley's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
And back, wrap things up on the inaugural John Morris Show here on Rogue Media Network, presented by the Brazos Landing and by Alliance Bank. Thanks to Coach Mitch Thompson for being on with us. Look ahead, Glenn Moore will be with us tomorrow in this hour. Glenn, Baylor softball coach, beginning his 26th season as head coach at Baylor of Baylor softball, all-time winningest coach in any sport in Baylor history, to which Glenn would add, I've also lost more games than anyone in Baylor history. But softball had their season begin this weekend, 4-1 through the Gatterman Classic, and we'll visit with Glenn Moore coming up tomorrow, and hope you can be with us then. A couple of other things to mention before we wrap things up and say so long for today. Of course, the Super Bowl was yesterday. Hope you enjoyed that. If you were hoping for a good, close, down-to-the-wire game, you didn't get that, but Seattle was the choice by most to win, and they did. But fun to watch. And Garrett and I were talking before we went on the air. I didn't have a dog in the hunt. I thought Seattle would win. Usually my rooting interest in a Super Bowl would be if there's any Baylor guys on either of the teams, and there wasn't, Seattle or New England this year. But I do like to watch, and I like to watch how the sausage is made, sort of, you know what I mean? Like the job that NBC does broadcasting the game, and not just the game, but the entire very lengthy pregame. They did a great job. Gosh, it was so good. And that was fun to see. So well done by NBC. That now moves right into the Olympics, which had the opening ceremony on Friday evening. And how about Mike Tirico? He calls a Super Bowl and turns around and flies to Italy to be the main host of the NBC Olympic coverage there. So pretty cool and fun to watch. And then the Olympics continue, and it seems like every year it's the same for me. You get to the Olympics, and I think, it's the Winter Olympics. I don't really care that much. And I watched a little bit of the opening ceremony on Friday night, and then nothing else over the weekend. But then it draws you in, as the Olympics continue. The more I find myself turning over or finding something or looking for results or what's the medal count. USA has 2 gold medals already, and there's that competition, USA versus the world. But it always draws me in. And that's the Winter Olympics, the Summer Olympics. I am all in from day one. I think I just maybe relate to or like those sports a little bit more, including especially track and field. But the Winter Olympics are continuing. Bad break, so to speak, for Lindsey Vonn, who went in with a torn ACL and then broke her leg on her first run the other night. So really, really tough news there. But fun to see the Olympics underway and see how Team USA does over the next couple of weeks. Hey, we do appreciate you being with us today. Thank you very much. Honored to be to share this time with you. Thanks to Brandon McGinnis, our producer, and Garrett Ross, our producer on site here. And thanks to you for being with us. We'll be back tomorrow, same bat time, same bat channel. Check it out on YouTube, the archive of today's inaugural show, the John Morris Show on the Rogue Media Network, presented by the Brazos Landing and Alliance Bank. Have a wonderful Monday, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Alliance Bank Central Texas understands that banking is about people. From first accounts to business growth, they actively partner with Central Texas businesses and families to help meet their financial goals. A variety of online products and services make banking easy without compromising the personalized banking experiences they are known for. Customer-focused banking isn't just what they do, it's who they are. Alliance Bank Central Texas, serving Central Texas across 7 convenient locations and at alliancebanktexas.com. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
Enjoy a quiet atmosphere with beautiful river views at Brazos Landing. Located in Waco along the Brazos River across from McLean Stadium and close to downtown Waco. Open for lunch and dinner Tuesday through Sunday. Enjoy yummy crab cakes, oysters Rockefeller, seafood gumbo, braised beef short rib, prime New York steaks, chicken dishes, and more. Plus a delicious dessert menu. Check them out at brazoslanding.com.
At DeCampli's Italian Ristorante, we are committed to providing an authentic Italian experience. Through exceptional service, delicious food, and a family environment, we want our guests to create memories that they will want to share with their family and friends. Open for lunch and dinner Monday through Saturday, closed on Sundays. Make your reservation today. Check us out on Facebook and at decampleys.com.
My name is David Maddox, owner of Waco Foundation Repair. I've been in business right at 20 years, incorporated since 2003, and nonstop, very busy business to be in. We stay plenty busy with this good old Central Texas ground that constantly moves and does its thing. If you think you have foundation repair issues, call Waco Foundation Repair today.
Is your vehicle in need of service or repairs? Visit Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center and get 10% off with a valid student ID. With ASE certified technicians, you can trust Freddie Kish to provide excellent service. Offering complete car care services, foreign and domestic, from general maintenance to major repairs, Freddie Kish has got you covered. You can rest assured you're in good hands. Awarded the ASE Blue Seal of Excellence, quality is a guarantee. So hurry over to Freddie Kish's Complete Car Care Center